conspiracy theories.
Ooh, okay.
Somebody who trades in them on a regular basis, Lena Dunham. She's not having a good time. She's not having a good time.
Tough.
So
let
me get this exactly straight. So she shows up to the Globes, right?
No. The Globes big movement. This was the hashtag Time's Up, hashtag Me Too.
Right. And she wasn't invited in the Pretty Girl Club. Like, so she can do Me Too on Twitter because that's where like the ugly activists hang out. But in the Pretty Girl Club, which was the Time's Up, which was all the A-list actresses
like the
in
Reese
Hollywood.
Maybe a classier version of it.
It's like an upmarket, polished. It's Time's Up is Me Too with a lower BMI, and better hair.
Yeah.
And so she's not invited to this. See, look, you've got all of these skinny, pretty, lovely. Oh, there's Meryl. Is that Meryl? And Reese is not there. Probably didn't show up. She's probably busy. Got better things to do. So you don't get this car crash human invited. And like Rose McGowan, who complained about not being invited to the Golden Globes, it was with this idea like I was raped, so I should be put on a pedestal because victimhood is now our premier celebrity currency.
Right.
So because I am the self-appointed leader of this, this witch hunt against men. I should be. We discussed this yesterday. She thinks she should be getting the Cecil B. DeMille Award instead of Oprah.
Oh yeah, Rose does for sure. Probably Lena too. I mean, what happened was Lena showed up to this. She's been virtually silent after she defended the one of the writers on her show.
Well, her career's basically over.
So she shows up to this in a photo. And a lot of fans, there was outrage on Twitter. How could you let Lena be a part of this movement? And one of the actresses who organized it actually said, Lena wasn't even involved in this. We thought it was strange she showed up.
She just showed up.
Yeah.
She just showed up. This is, and she's now like at the beginning of Mean Girls, where she's not allowed to sit at the hot girls table. Like that's.
They don't want her. Like, even they don't want her.
Because she doesn't make the movement look good. One of the main reasons that for those people involved who are not purely looking at how she looks and the fact that she doesn't make the movement look good, on substance, she's now a flawed spokesperson. And really, post-Girls, her entire reason for existence is activism. Her existence is predicated on a particular brand of feminism that is, believe victims.
Hateful.
It is hateful and divisive, but it's painted as sympathy and compassionate and putting women first, believe the victims. So what happens when Lena Dunham is given an opportunity to believe a victim? Well, she doesn't. And suddenly she discovers, because the person who was accused was a producer who made her money, when her own financial interests were involved, suddenly she discovers a love of due process.
I don't think she's going to be able to come back from it.
Incredible. How do you come back from that? And of course, groveling apology, but this time people didn't buy it. It was absolutely amazing. And there are certain moments in the careers of these activists where who they really are gets revealed to their own fan bases, and the results are, well, fascinating and gripping. But in this case, it was mortifying for her, delicious for the rest of us, devastating for her career. And you see this time and time again with actresses whose talents and deals and abilities and whose moment has passed, Leslie Jones is a perfect example of this, who then trade on their identity as victims or activists. And they move into, that sort of, that post-career high window of hosting awards shows and getting lots of magazine features because they're not actually on TV anymore, but people want everyone to like them. But when someone hosts a show, it's a sign their career is going really, really well or really, really badly. And the way you know which it is if they're still on TV or not.
Right.
And now she's in this sort of weird post-climactic skidding into irrelevance period, and she's hastened the destruction of her career by refusing to stick to the principles she has hectored and bullied and intimidated the rest of us with for years. This is the woman, let's remember, who walks through airports, eavesdropping on air hostesses, having a chat about a transgender person, and who knows even what they said, because I don't believe a word that Lena Dunham says.
No.
And tries to stir up trouble publicly. So that she does the I'll DM them privately and then post the private DM. So in other words, you're just talking about it publicly, and try to ruin the lives and destroy the jobs and careers and reputations of these innocent people who are having a private conversation.
She's a total bully. She's a punk,
bully. She's a bully.
We'll see what happens with her. I'm so tired of her. I guess it made the news as well that she was dating Jack Antonoff, who is a pretty big-time music writer, writes a lot of the Taylor Swift records, and they broke up. It's going to be tough on her. Because Jack actually, he's probably a SJW too, but makes some decent music.
Maybe a bit softer.
Yeah, so
who knows?
Yeah.
Even her own boyfriend is sick of her. That's perhaps the sign that the Dunham era is over. But I think this is a sign more generally. People are just losing patience with the most extreme hypocrites. Look at how I sense a change in the wind as well for Linda Sarsour, the Muslim activist who, when she said something about jihad, when it came out that she'd made a explicit graphic statement about Ayaan Hirsi Ali's vagina, she said she didn't deserve a vagina or something stupid like that. She too, I think, I can feel, because I spend my whole days reading, and I online and comments and forums and news reports, and I talk to people all day. I can sometimes see these changes in the wind coming a little bit before.
Yeah, you do.
Other people, and I sense that Linda Sarsour is being edged into irrelevance as well. And it's funny; it's this sort of wonderful vindication for people like our friend Pamela Geller, who we published. Her last book was phenomenal, Fatwa. And I sense something in the wind for a lot of these fringe activist figures who are basically preaching hate, like they say we are, for believing in limited government and free speech. I think the era of the Schumers, the Dunhams, and the Sarsours is coming.
You didn't frankly have the balls to put country before party.